Hi, good morning. This is Ride the Wind, February 21st, 2019. I want to be real quick about what I'm going to go through. And I just want to read you a couple lyrics to some songs to prove my point. There are individuals out there that are out to deceive you. Okay? Part of me providing y'all with information or doing a paper, right, or documenting the high luminosity, LHC, the particle colliders, the accelerators, etc. You know, I've always knew in my head that they were doing some kind of deception, but I pointed out all the components, and for each one of those components, it took 10 hours in the library to verify my thesis. Okay? When I was in college with a 4.0, National Merit Scholar, okay, if I had to do a book like, let's say, The Odyssey, Homer, okay, I would, or the professor would give me 6 weeks to 2 months to get this done because it's no easy task. You can sit there and interpret Dante, Homer, the Iliad, but if you can't back up what you're thinking in your head with scientific parenthetical data, okay, which is most of the work, guessing and coming up with your hypothesis is the easy part, okay? So 6 months or 6 weeks in a library, probably 7 to 8 hours a day, proving your beliefs or your thesis. Well, that just doesn't seem to be the standard in the industry anymore, right? Basically, you can state whatever you want and then back it up with an eighth grader level debate because that's all you got. There is no evidence, okay? Now we got people, that's how you do science papers, okay? It doesn't matter what you say because you're not experts. Guess what? And the experts you have on that I've researched have very, very shady backgrounds. I mean, you had a PA. Somebody had a PA on the other night. That's the doctor's assistant. Klaus is out in his whole different world, and he's all over Google as defining his own reality, but with no evidence. Now, this is the norm in the industry, and it's getting kind of sickening. Now, there are channels that do it. James Munder, A Plain Truth, which also backed up everything I said about the UV, but she didn't throw in the planets. The petals that are created in little Jeff P's videos, those are created by UV. Okay? The sky is controlled by UV. Okay? The sky is now controlled by quantum resonance run through a D-Wave computer, 576, 528, whatever you want to call it, D-Wave, okay? And you guys ignore it, okay? I did 4 videos providing parenthetical data for everything I've stated that I spent 10 hours on each subject to produce because I'm not a guy on here that's going to speculate on what's supposedly supposed to be a community of truth. Well, guess what? It is not a community of truth. It is a community of speculation. So I'm going to leave it with question every answer these boys put out to you. Every one of them. Okay? And I'll tell you what will happen in most cases. You're going to get blocked. You're going to get deleted. You won't get any answers. And if you do, they'll call you a troll when they're the trolls who aren't accepting reality. Okay? You're not the trolls. You are the people seeking truth. Okay? Now, how can you find that truth if a person doesn't take the time to go do their work to prove their evidence? Now we got people calling the Einstein ring that surrounds the sky or surrounds the sun halo. What was that, 4 months ago I started doing videos and I explained where to look for this. It's called Sun Halo Einstein Rings. Punch it in, you'll get a bunch of pictures of sun halos and sun dogs because that's what they are, okay? Because the simulator is UV, okay? It creates EBC. Is that too tough to get your heads around? And I'm not talking to you people on my channel, and I'm not talking to the people searching for truth. You know, it's a click of a Google away. The information is there. So you question these answers that these guys get. Well, yeah, you say there's a dome, and you put up a picture of a satellite. And then I go back to this person. I say, he answered me back, Sky Dome, look that up. Well, I did, and I got to the Sky Dome in Toronto. I've been there before. I saw the Blue Jays one. Had a great time. Stayed at the Grand Plaza back in the 90s, okay? So, I know what the Sky Dome is, but the Sky Dome you're quoting doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Atlanta Sky Dome doesn't exist. Not one shred of evidence. And you're pushing this on people. You're pushing this on people. You are perpetuating the same lies that we've had to go through our whole lives. Now we got to listen to it from you guys too. And my stomach is turned, I just got away from thinking about videos. I still get on and fucking ask these guys questions, and I don't get answers. I don't. See, they're involved in the reality that they've created here. Now, the trick is to take the reality, the thesis, now prove it. That's the hard part. That's the part that you don't want to do. You want to insult the people who won't buy your reality. Again, you want to call them trolls, mental deficients, whatever. You need to take a real good look at yourself and what you're throwing out there to people. Because he talked real clearly about people like you and people who would be false prophets, lie, okay? To keep you under their anesthesia, they're going to keep throwing you BS, okay? Look up the evidence that I've thrown out there. The sun simulator, the high luminosity LHC, how sun UV controls the mind, how UV speeds up the electrons and defies the magnetic process that slows them down. Higgs boson, look it up. I provided citation on each one of those things, and I finished it up with Shiva Linga. And I've got citations for that, but I haven't done a paper because I've spent my time on camps just to take a break from what has been totally a letdown for me. The people that I believe, the people that I thought I was getting truth from, I was getting speculation, and I was running around trying to wake people up with this speculation, getting my teeth kicked in. I'm not happy. You guys broke the circle of trust, truth, everything. You got guys just shooting out answers, and you post them as though they're truths with not a lick. Send me a link where I can see this dome. Send me a link where I can actually see this, I don't know, what do you call it, a subway in the sky? Is that what we're dreaming of now? And then we're pointing at the Einstein rings again, or the Einstein crosses that you're pointing out. Did you know a nebula's been in the area for the last 6 months? And I said that videos ago. Nebulas create Einstein crosses. End of story, okay? It's four planets in an Einstein ring. Create a cross. It's simple. If you're down the library, you'd know this. So your time is not spent dreaming up or at the library, resourcing and giving your subs the true evidence. Your time is spent expecting or accepting speculation, your own realities, and then passing it along to your viewers. So let's say you got 100,000 viewers. Let's say you got 50,000 viewers. How many are really awake? A very, very low number know actually what's going on. Okay? So believe that. Know that. Okay? And it's up to y'all to check these guys and to question them and watch the way they behave. They won't respond. They won't. And if they do, they will respond with more bullshit. Okay? Because that's the way I guess the game is played. But again, very disheartening to me. I think the only guy who really carried me through things in the beginning, and that I really looked at, and he looked at things with love and hope, and I could take a picture that I took the day before, and I could easily go to him and it was weird. The next day, Matt Rogers had put up a picture, and I'd know I wasn't crazy. But I did spend time listening to these channels going, and a lot of things I said, a lot of times I lost them, but I tried to hang in there. I wanted to play nice. I've sent hundreds of emails to these guys a year ago about what's happening now, describing the sky, describing the components, built evidence, totally ignored. No one talks about it. They want to focus on quantum anomalies created by Starlink 576 quantum D-Wave computing, okay? 9-dimensional anomalies. You think you're going to explain them? I don't think so, because not one of you even had the ability to do research properly. You call yourself experts? You call yourself researchers? No, you ain't even close. Research requires scientific analysis done in black and white. And guess what? If you can prove your point, and I sent this to Mr. Olson this morning, if they could actually prove their point with documentation, they'd be rock stars. Okay? They'd be rock stars. But they can't. They don't know how. They just know how to perpetuate the anesthesia to keep you stuck in their limited view of reality. I'm going to leave it at that and upload this video, and then I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to update you on what's going around the world, because it seems like everybody's standing around. And Red Square, who are you? Who are you? Where'd you come from? What are you smoking, and what are you tripping on? Again, this is going to be my last, attempt to get you guys to operate in a scientific realm. But I now deal with physicists. There's physicists in Germany right now that have been studying and trying to prove Nibiru for years. They're in France also. There was a guy that I met in Texas through my sister, and he's a quantum physicist. And he'd go into the subway where she worked, and he would talk about how dismayed he was because no one was listening to him. Okay? And this guy definitely knows how to produce an APA certified scientific format paper done with empirical citations, right? So he comes in and he talks to my sister, and he's bummed out. He's bummed out. And he starts telling my sister exactly what I say. Then my sister comes back at him, and she starts telling him what my views are, and his eyes light up. Mate, can't wait to meet me, okay? Because I'm speaking the same language he is, because that's what I follow is doctors, real doctors, physicists, and people who don't have bullet holes in their past, okay? So anyway, in the time I was waiting to meet this man and hook up with him, I had my strokes. Well, I'm back in touch with him. He wants nothing to do with the YouTube community. He does not want his name even mentioned. So how to work around that, we're trying to figure out. Whether I go to Steemit or some other platform, I don't know. But I need this guy. I'm just proving a point here. And I've tried to be nice. I've tried to give you guys information and comments, and I've gotten insulted. Insulted. That's the way you handle debate. And again, I want to say I'm 100% open. I think I've said this about 5 times. 100% open to debate any one of you at any time. Just call the day and the time. Okay? I'll do it. And I'll win. And with the physicists and the doctors that you're having on as parenthetical, providers of evidence, I'll win against them too. Because the research I've done shows they're all flakes. Lost in their own little worlds, again, with not one shred of evidence. These realities that they've created in your minds. And again, he warned of this. He warned people will do this. So I'm crying out to you people. Ask the questions. Nail these guys against the wall. Do not believe everything they believe. Because if you think you're one of the awoke and you're following one of the channels I've mentioned and some of these other ones that are just pulling things out of their ass without data, you aren't awake. And they're taking you down a road that you will never awaken. You will never understand. Okay? You will search for answers until the sky falls in. Good luck. Okay? We need truth. And every job for a supposed researcher in this community is to provide that truth. Now, I'm going to end this with, until I provide the citations that are in my phone, as far as my Shiva Linga beliefs, the receiving and transferring of energy to CERN, okay? Look up the Shiva Linga. Look down at it. Okay, there's your circle. There's your circle. All right? And I was just on with Quora. There's an emblem that represents, Quora represents the planet Nibiru. And it's a Shiva Linga, ancient science. Figure that one out. Anyway, I think I'm running out of time here. I'll go into that further when I get back. But the Chrysler emblem on the front of the cars, that's Anunnaki. Ooh. Anyway, know what you're talking about, guys, because it's really getting old, and I won't go away. I'm not going to make these negative videos anymore because I'm focused on the cams now, to take a break from this delusional world. But I am starting another channel to post planets, so you guys can see reality instead of something somebody's got described to you. I'll show you the dragon. And it's coming at us, and it's coming from Switzerland. You can see it clearly. The Dave Dobbs object is a comet. It's a comet. Or an asteroid. It's not Nibiru. Because if it was that close, we wouldn't be here. Okay? But I'll give you more information on that later. And we are surrounded by planets, kids. And there's one weird white one floating around. I have no clue what it is, but it causes these storms that are just unbelievable. I'm going to upload this and I'll be back with you. My next subject is the Hellion, and how come nobody talks about that? Thank you. You have a good day. Ride the wind. And again, you guys, it's up to you to question the answers. It's up to you to do your research, which my subs do, and they send it to me. They don't send me videos. They don't really even want to see videos because they know. Okay, they know. 1 + 4 + 4 is 9. An understanding of the 9 realities. My subs have that ability. And they also have the ability, plus in the comments that I see, the people that might be awake within your channels have the ability to read right through what you're doing. And you blow them up too. There's never any answers to their comments either, or their questions. So, ride the wind. I love y'all. I'll be back. I got to do something else. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.